when they sent that T1 south,
you to die.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, but like you were saying, Real Kill, yeah, they not pushing in. They may feel it's a trap though, especially with the what killed the other T1, and that was Helio X2.
Yeah, I would have been sending the 1390s down there first anyway. Maybe with the T1 to lead the way shortly, but it should be pretty obvious that there isn't a tank there. A-Large is going to take a safer approach now. This is a decent approach to take. He's going to actually jump into the dip in G3, H3. And this is a safe approach. He can verify that there are not tanks in about Kilo 3.
Yes.
And now that he's doing that, he can then go and kill Aramir. But I feel like there's a lot of time wasted doing this. However, it does look like there's an active scout north right now, guys, that's going to go for Cinnabar at the same time. Someone should probably go. Yeah,
it's Estasis right now in his T1 Cunningham. They're gonna lock fists pretty soon here as Estasis gets closer and closer to Cinnabar.
Onizuka all the way to the north there.
Nope.
Some blind fire. He's blind fire into the bush of Cinnabar. T1 71. Onizuka, will he commit? Helio X with the snipes in the 1390.
Wow,
gets the kill against the other T1.
Is it like Echo 6 that he was in? Somewhere
yes, it was Echo 6 he was in. Or,
not a bad shot. Not a bad shot.
Maybe Foxtrot 6.
No, that was a great shot.
It's a good shot.
Especially with Cinnabar being ahead in life. And I think he was pretty even with the reload, so he had a little bit of time to take out Estasis before he went down.
It's somewhere around 7 seconds, if I can remember correctly, for those T1s to reload that clip.
Yeah.
Depending on
it's just relative to your opponent. That's all that really matters, right? So it takes like a couple seconds, I would say, just to unload your entire clip. Of course, you can lose 70 health in a T1 very, very quickly, and especially to a Tier 8 tank. So as it stands right now, Tier 1 advantage over on the side of Hunter by Hunter. But very passive play. We are 3 minutes and 35 seconds away from going to a shootout. I'm not talking about a pool shootout. I'm talking about a tank shootout.
Get your cues ready. Helio X02 to the south side, covering the flag capture if there is a push from Sympasaurus Rex. Sympasaurus Rex, one of their light tanks at 1390, cruising around, trying to scout anything on the battlefield. And Helio X blind firing, taking out the cover of the flag cap.
Could have saved some accuracy.
Yeah.
He's not stat padding today.
That's okay. You got to destroy that when you first spawn, though. It's
yeah,
crucial.
Definitely
We've seen some wins because of that cover.
Looks like
now he's riding the railroad tracks. He's going maybe up to the north side, but no real movement except the T1 battles going on. Helio X has won all of those battles for his team. Aramir did fall, though, to A-Large 2 earlier. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Estasis in the 9 HP T1 behind bush cover. And Onizuka is he going to commit? Are we going to see a commitment from Onizuka? No, he doesn't go up over the hill.
He's just going to keep surfing like this. I expect A-Large is doing something very similar to this. And actually there is Estasis, however we want to say it, getting spotted. He does back down. That could work as some delicious bait for Sympasaurus Rex to bite on. If they do, they could lose this one by getting a little bit too greedy. A-Large cannot cross over this hill in front of him because the next hill is not sharp enough that he can hide behind. That he cannot hide behind the fire that would come from Echo 6.
Yep.
He would get completely obliterated, and I think he recognizes that.
Oh, Onizuka!
No.
Oh, no.
That is huge, actually. That Onizuka getting spotted there just completely verifies the position to Sympasaurus Rex. They will not probably make the mistake.
Oh, and Lincoln is going to be spotted there in the 5100 as well.
Spots on spots. These are so important right now.
This is all an indicator to tell them. Oh, Estasis.
Moving way up.
And he goes down. Fruit cake for me. Takes down the T1, but Onizuka is not able to land
he is
anything. No shots fired from him.
He's no longer good bait.
Yep. He is wasted bait now.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 minute left, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like we will be going into a tie game here. You know, I've talked to a lot of pro players, and they say on Prokhorovka, incredibly hard. to attack from west into east, and the same thing east into west. So what ends up happening is it becomes a stalemate. But Onizuka and Heliox is moving all the way over. We might have a last-ditch effort for an attack.
Yeah, that 30 seconds left. Trying to... No, they're not going to fully commit yet. Waiting for it. A-Large 2. Are they going to focus fire him? That would be the smartest tactic to do with 20 seconds left. Don't crash into each other, guys. Oh, man. 18 seconds left. Onizuka does get over the hill, but there's two! 1390's waiting for him. 637 out of 1100. A Mighty Pillow is the one that absorbs the shots. 851 for him. Onizuka dodges another hit from the T-32. 3 seconds left on the board. 1 second. It's gonna be a draw between these two teams.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have an update. There is no shootout possibility. We apologize. Official rules state that map play continues in sudden death format.
Okay.
So we will just continue on. We apologize for the mix-up here. Of course, there's a lot of rules going around.
Well, the shootout is for the actual group stage play. That's why it is a possibility in group stage. In the qualifier, it's a little bit different. And again, like Retorp said, apologize for that. I've got your hopes up. But it means that it's going to be a battle to the death between these two teams. And Rukil, I kind of want to get your thoughts on could anything have gone differently on that map, because it seemed neither one wanted to cruise over those hills.
With these teams, I feel like there's mutual fear out of
both
the
fear is evident.
Yes, when
very evident.
When two teams fear each other like that, they're afraid to push in. They both second guess themselves constantly.
Yep.
And aside from very few instances, we don't see actually a real commitment. The only win by Hunter x Hunter was actually more of a fumble by Sympasaurus Rex.
Yeah.
We don't see Hunter x Hunter actually going for any wins, and that actually really does kind of just, it chafes me a little bit, because you want to see teams try to actively go for some kind of victory.
I agree.
It's just, I don't know what to say about Hunter x Hunter.
Caster, you can say.
I'm a completely biased caster, guys. I don't want to see any of that kind of play.
Don't get me wrong. I respect defensive play. I believe it belongs in top-tier competitive play. I think that when used correctly, will win you a lot of series. But if you drop back to 100% defensive play, and you draw out basically every single map, making it impossible or very difficult for your opponents, what you end up doing is reducing the amount of skill you need to play against your opponents, thereby having a little bit worse opponents beat you a lot more often.
Yeah.
And it just increases that variance in the amount of players or the amount of teams that can beat you. And I think that's not a consistent way of playing it out. I also want to say that Sympasaurus Rex, technically, they could say, well, we should have won here if it wasn't for that unfortunate 3 hit points on mines, right? Because that was unfortunate. And if it tied here, they would have had a big win. But unfortunately for them, we're going to go into shootout. 2 maps left.
We're not going to shootout.
Not shootout. Yeah. 2 maps left in regular map rotation. It's going to be, I believe, Abbey and Ruinberg. So
we'll have to verify with the admins on that. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. So everybody, grab your favorite beverage, grab a snack, because it's not going to be over until we declare a winner, so we can move on to the finals for Season 2 Qualifier number 1. Don't go anywhere. WGLNA continues after this. Everybody, welcome back to WGLNA Season 2, Qualifier number 1. We're going to head into battle number 6. It is a best of 5, but because of a draw, we're going to the next battle on the next map.
So far, the score is 1 and 1 apiece, with 3 draws total in the first 5 battles. So this is going to be interesting, but as you said, sudden death mode. So the first person that takes a win will go ahead and take the series.
That's right. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 6. It's going to be on Abby. I'm seeing pretty standard play, AMX 5100, some T69s. What do you see retort for tank selection?
150-100, 2 T69s, and 2 1390s on the side for Hunter x Hunter. To the side of Sympasaurus Rex, we have a Pershing, 2 T69s, and 2 1390s. A little bit worried because there are no IS-3s. That extra tarp really makes for good campgrounds, guys. They might be running out here.
Funny. All right, let's move on.
You have to bring a tarp, Clutch, if you're going to go camping. I mean, if it rains, and it always does if you go camping, it's you need it. I mean,
by the way, we should go when it starts to cool down here. We'll go to one of these camps, one of these forests out here.
Okay. Well, I did not get my my camping equipment sent out to California.
That's all right. Well, we could
well, I'm a hammock camper. I love to set up a hammock. And
you're an intelligent human being.
It's so great. You're sleeping on air, and if you bring a tarp, you throw it over, you're set for rain.
So much support.
And it weighs like less than a pound if you get the right hammock. So it's so much easier than transporting a tent.
My roommate had a hammock, and he put it into our apartment, and he drilled it into the walls. First time he laid in it, it fell out of the wall. Loudest crash ever.
He didn't find the studs, did he? He just probably drilled it straight into the drywall.
I think he tried, but anyways, he got it fixed, but it was very comfortable.
Yeah, hammocks are the best. And as you can see, a lot of hammocks being put
Yep. There's probably one you could string up between Okeano and Fruitcake, or Air News and Fruitcake. Yeah.
Get some hammocks, man, and we'll just go surfing, bro? Yeah.
But you know what?
I know kung fu.
I want to be a little bit harsh on Sympasaurus Rex, but can I really? They've been aggressive throughout all these games. They've tried to push the envelope as much as possible, but they keep running into brick walls of just sheer defensive play.
Yeah.
So, they are camping right now, but it's not a consistent trend. As I said, defensive play belongs in top-tier play, but it does not belong as a mainstay to win and discriminate that you're the best team in a league, the best team in a nation, the best team in the world.
Yeah, this kind of play will not fly in the normal WGLNA.
You're going to get crushed. You're absolutely going to get crushed. But I understand how Sympasaurus Rex is taking this to their opponents. They're saying, well, it's Abby. We know it's a very campy map. We know that there's a lot of tricky things that the team Casadores does, which Hunter x Hunter is a part of. Let's go ahead and play this out a little bit more defensive because this is their strength. This is where they really blossom and are able to show their true colors. So I don't mind them. This is correct metagame play based on just what we've seen so far in the past.
We're not rating them solely on this battle alone. We're rating both these teams on can they perform against the best of the best, because that's what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
And there will be a wonderful journey along the way of different types of engagements and different teams you're going to come across. But if you're having trouble in the qualifiers now, you definitely need to make some changes to your team lineup or to your team strategy or even your tank lineup. However, we fully support every team that is playing here, and we want them to succeed. And that's why there needs to be changes rather than just defensive play, because that is not going to be the success. Yeah. It's not going to bring the success that these players want. This is for this first place of $50,000. This is what these players are fighting for. And to make it into this season, again, it is another step closer to that prize pool and to participate in the season. And these 8 teams that are still in the season, they have a great shot to fight it out and get some money again. So this isn't just, for bragging rights. This isn't just for fun. This is for serious competitive play and for some serious money on the line throughout the entire season itself.
That's right. I mean, we harp on it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And I understand it gets tiresome, but when it comes down to it, you know, we are looking for the team that deserves to be in this league. We are looking for the team that can put on a great show too. And I'm not necessarily classifying, because everybody has their different classifications of what makes a good show.
Of course.
But to me, I mean, we have to be more active.
Well, 5 minutes left on the clock. Looking at possibilities of what can happen. Aramir in the T1 could cruise in, put some pressure on the flag cap, allowing HelioX and Onizuka to get the first initial shots in the 1390. They will sacrifice Aramir, but both of these tanks can target fire one of the tanks that will pop up, get some accurate damage, and then move back. This will allow the north side to be more open in their aggression, depending on the type of tanks that are spotted to the south, and if necessary, take a western approach and maybe get a couple more hits.
But this is a complete defensive lineup coming out from Hunter by Hunter. Look
Yep.
in the top right-hand corner. That is not a T1 that is all alone and lonely.
No, man, that's Lincoln.
That is Lincoln in the 5100 defending his cap.
Yep.
What this tells me is they have no inclination to go and do a cap fast. There's no possible reason how they can do that.
Well,
They have 4 Tier 8 tanks, and they have no establishment of where their
but
opponents
look at
are.
the T69 approach, though. If they get some sort of fake out against this flag capture, and they at least move 2 of the tanks out from the blue team, from Sympasaurus Rex, if they get that 1 kill, get a Tier 8 victory, boom, they fall back, defensive play for the win this time.
But that relies them on going out into the middle of the open air and being shot at. That is Sympasaurus Rex.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're too experienced to really do something like that. So everything screams to me this is going to be a draw. We're going into Ruinberga's game number 7.
Okay. Randall, your thoughts?
My thoughts are this house has no stairs. I don't know who designed it, but, I mean, take a look.
Yeah.
I can go through
I've
this
been in
house.
the same house.
Clutch already went over this house. He
Hey,
sold
hey,
this
hey.
house
Yeah.
too.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
are
it's
really good.
It's a fixer-upper, man.
Yeah.
That's
You have
exactly
to
what
add
you said.
stairs. I mean,
And he's
and
like, and let's go into the down,
Yeah.
jump
like-
out of the window.
Like, listen, you have half a roof
And then-
on the top floor.
and then look, this-
so
this is-
I'll take off $50K on the starting price. And yes, the foundation needs a little bit of work. We know that.
I love
we have
that.
a contractor working on it.
Yeah.
And the barrels, it's full of kerosene. We'll throw that in. I'm looking
And a
for
free tank.
125K. 125K
Free
to Steeler. And, you know, we'll leave a chassis out for a free tank. Melt that down, make a nice fireplace. It'll
Or-
be perfect. Perfect for you and 6 other
or
six
fantastic
other people.
swords.
Yeah, or swords, yeah.
or you could just leave it there, and anybody who comes by, I mean,
That's a project for the homeless. They could sleep in.
it's a
Or
dog shed, right?
Or a play area for the kids, you know.
Let them play on the tank.
We took
What is
all,
this, guys?
Took all the active shells out of there. It'll be fine. It'll be
It's
perfect.
like a cat playing with yarn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a kitty, because he's from PB Cat.
It's a
Oh, thank
vampire
you for
kid.
being so still, by the way. I appreciate that. That way we can get the good shot.
Tico and Mad Max 2977 T69s are not going for the engagement. They're falling back here to the center. of the
Again,
Abbey.
I'm going to make it very clear because, you know, Sympasaurus Rex have shown a very active series all the way through.
Yeah.
What I'm worried for is
get too
Hunter by
antsy.
Hunter. Like, they haven't shown one inkling of being aggressive. And the only time they were aggressive was on Prokhorovka when there was 20 seconds left. 20 seconds, right? That's not enough time, really, to do anything. They're looking for a mistake from their opponents. They get into a bad position. And how they played it was, hey, here's my T1. Come and kill this. Hey, here's my 1390. Yeah, I'm putting it into a bad position, but, you know, I'm going to make sure that he still stays alive. Come chase me. It's not really going to be any, you know, way to win the match out. So
None of these houses have rooms in them. I can't. They have like open. Half of them have open doors, and the ones that do, like, there's no room.
So the price is so good, you have no neighbors. No neighbors you have to worry about. It's completely vacant. You'll be
It's
the
like
first family here.
these houses are sheds actually.
Storage.
It's like no, don't open the front door. It's got 4 bedrooms, guys. I swear it's got 4
Very
bedrooms.
spacious.
It's a shantytown. Shantytown, 256K. Tell you what, I'll drop it down to 224.
And look at this.
For
Who
the
designed
whole lot.
these stairs? Who designed these? Who said this is a good idea?
It's a little bit of drop.
It's a
not
maze.
even a watch your step sign. Ridiculous.
Responsible monks.
And
That's
these stairs are so steep, too.
That'd be a great training ground, though.
Oh, it would. It would. All right, so 20 seconds left on the clock. Nothing's going to happen. No shots going to be fired from either team. And wait. We got a T1 battle. Who's going to kill each other?
No,
Is
it's
it
not
That's
a
a T1 v1390.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Worst-
red T1s.
Worst player, NA.
Come on, worst player NA. Don't live up to your name.
He's
Don't
fine.
worry.
He'll be okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, to our surprise, we have a draw. And we're going to go on to our next map. I do believe it's Ruinberg, because that is the last map in rotation.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll get into that. You're watching the WGLNA qualifier number 1. This is a spot for the Season 2 $100,000 prize pool tournament. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Hey everybody, welcome back. WGLNA Season 2 Qualifier number 1. We are in Battle 7, if you can believe it, because of the existing draws of Hunter by Hunter versus Sympasaurus Rex. Hopefully we can have a winner declared in this battle, but we'll have to see. We'll have to check with the admins in case it's another draw, because we have to have a victor here. We can't move on to another match, because the victor of this match will go on to face Cazadores to gain an upper hand and, well, pretty much to gain the spot in the qualifiers. I'm Clutch, joined by Greetorp as well as Randall Rukil Holcomb. He was able to find that quote about fear. It was really cool from Dune. The litany, was it the litany?
It's the litany on fear.
Didn't you memorize it word for word?
No, I don't think I've quite memorized it word for word, but it's like I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. It goes on like that. It's really
like, I will face my fear.
Yeah, it's like someone wrote it down for you,
pass
right?
over and through me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it
Pretty
cuts
good.
off.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
you haven't read Dune.
Wait.
Oh, wait. And when it has gone past, I'll turn my inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be only one Highlander.
There will be nothing. Only I will remain.
Oh,
That's the rest of it.
same difference.
Yep, that's a good quote. And a good thing to memorize, too. Memorization actually helps increase your memory of anything when it comes to daily life, and it's also cool to impress women. So memorize quotes and poetry.
I remembered all 50 states in alphabetical order. Stagged my girlfriend so fast. I can say it in less than like 20 seconds, too.
Cool.
Do it.
No, I'm not going to.
Do it.
We are going to jump into Ruinberg in just a couple seconds here. And this is the map that was famously, and I know I like to bring this up because I like looking at the history of World of Tanks esports because it's been around relatively, it's relatively new compared to other games that have been out there, and to see the rapid changes, not just because of the 8.6 patch, but also engagements, tank styles, the Pershing being used now, is a lot of fun to see. And hopefully we can see these two teams battle it out and we can declare a victor. So we're going to move on to the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 7 on Ruinberg. To the north, we have the blue team, Sympasaurus Rex. And to the south, the red team, Hunter by Hunter. Greed Torp, tank selection, please.
Let's take a look. 250-100s, an IS-3, a T-69, and a 1390 for Sympasaurus Rex. 2 IS-3s, 2 T-69s, and AMX 1390 for Hunter by Hunter Rex. Makes a lot of sense based on north versus south. Sympasaurus Rex taking the north side, and look at this! 1390 is going to be spotted. IS-3 Lincoln also spotted, as Okeano was able to get over that ridge. It looks like Legit is getting into a very open position. A little bit dubious in that positioning, but I understand it's just transitionary for this point.
Yeah, I'm although I think that IS-3 taking up a mid position is a really strange choice. Yeah. I'd have brought a T-32 to this map or a T-69 there if I wanted to, use this, because this IS-3 is going to have so much trouble with the hull down.
But let's be honest, you don't normally have engagements right here, so you bring your IS-3, make it do the same thing basically as a T-32 does. You know your opponents, and especially because we don't know how tank picking went exactly, you see a lot of IS-3s for your opponents. You know, okay, there's going to be no cross-field pushes. Let's bring our own IS-3. Yes, the T-32 is a better tank in that position, but an IS-3, I think, is better going into the city and being a lot more useful later on.
I like what Astasis is doing here, cleaning up some of the potential shot blockers, the cars, some of the other destructible environments, just to give it a clear path in case there are some shots fired from across the way. Some tagging going down for the red team, though, saying, hey, Aramir, you're able to spot anything right now? And he's saying, no, I'm up in the window, guys. I'm not seeing really anything coming through yet.
That's a really far back position to be in the T1 there. Although that could work out pretty well, especially because I'd say it's very unexpected. I would not expect to fight a T1 there if I were playing on Ruinberg.
Surprise!
Yeah, it's going to be a surprise T1 if someone goes along the perfect route to run into that T1.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So far, just very static play for the beginning phases, but that's what we normally get with Ruinberg. North side has a small little jump advantage onto this Delta village over here, and the south side, of course, needs to react to that. Now, as you can see in the bottom right, the positioning, the mini-map, it is a big spread still defending against this Delta push, I guess Hunter by Hunter is saying, well, if there's an attack coming, we're going to be very cost efficient against this. We have great spread against them, but the problem is these IS-3s, Tico, being spotted yet again. A T1 going down to Cinnabar, nicely done over here, on all the way over to the eastern side. But what it comes down to now is just knowing that IS-3 is there, they know the whole 5 tier 8 tanks are there too.
They do know that. Cinnabar is the one still left alive, pulling back in the Delta village. This could be a bit of an opening if Helio X-02 moves in and gets caught out of place by any of the tanks that are in the Delta village. I'm surprised he's pushing up a little bit. Is he going to go all the way through? No, he's going to go around to the side.